Okay, I'm back. I'm here to do a scent by scent of Bellissimo wax creations because I've been melting a lot of her wax this week, as you can see. I've got one hidden over here. So let's get this started. Let's go with, what did I melt on the first day? I don't know. Anywho, Snow Fairy. She gave me this for free when I ordered my last order from her. This is a very nice scent. I could see melting this in my bedroom. I'm not sure what's in Snow Fairy, but it's like a light fruity. It's like a mild, light type of fruit scent, but it packs a punch. I put this in my 18-watt Yankee candle in my kitchen. I am now melting in my kitchen because I'm not melting in my room much anymore. And if I do melt, I'm using my tea light so it can get whatever the tea light is going to give out, and it's done with. Once it goes out, it's not constantly going. So that's what I'm using in my bedroom now. I'm no longer using the hot plates, and so I figure let me make use of these hot plates opposed to them just sitting around. And so I put the Yankee Candle 18-watt in my kitchen on my kitchen counter, and I put this in here, and I want to say it did very well. Although my kids was cooking bacon and other stuff, I was still able to smell it, and especially when the cooking scent died down, this threw very well in the 18-watt. I want to say it maybe was about a 6 to a 7. On the throw side, it threw pretty much all day. We cut the warmers off downstairs. I had left out. My son had a game, but I was still able to smell it. It had been going for about 12 hours. I did dump it the next day because I wanted to, I need to melt through some of this stuff. So I dumped it, but it did fairly well. This would be a scent I wouldn't mind putting probably in my bedroom. Y'all know I need very mild scents in my bedroom. Nothing strong and off the hook. But this Snow Fairy, I need to look it up to see or ask her what's the scent combo in this, because it was very nice, but it had a bit of a fruitiness to it, which I know I love fruity scent. And the scent throw was, again, a 6 to a 7, which did very well considering that it was a scent going in my family room. Like I said, the kids was cooking very strong scented food. And also, the scent upstairs don't necessarily all the time come down into the dining room, but sometimes depending on how strong they are. But I had a strong scent in the family room, so I was surprised at how well it did. Strawberry birthday cake. This was a petit four that I had got with a whole cake that I ordered from her. When you get a whole cake, I'm not sure. I think she may have changed it. It comes with 2 petit fours, and I have been sitting on these. The other one is right there. That's what they look like, and it's right here. And she does do them in a different scent than what your cake is in. And so I've had these for quite a while. I can't remember. Let me see if she put the pour date. No, at that time she wasn't putting the pour date on the labels, but I do know I got this back up in the fall sometime. I want to say between August and September. I got this, and I'm glad I sat on it. I love her strawberry birthday cake. It actually smells very good. I only used half of the petit four, and it was very strong. And it's about, the whole petit four is probably like 2 ounces, because this one is weighing in at an ounce. Lit up the whole upstairs, the living room downstairs. It was very strong, and again, they went all day. I did dump it the next day, so I didn't turn it back on to see if it would keep going or not. Excuse me. 10 out of 10 on this. Definitely, this was strong. And again, the key to Bellissimo, and I found with a few of these wax companies, let the stuff sit, especially if you are waxy like me with all of this wax and stuff. You have more than enough wax to let this sit for a while. I know you just want to try out the scent, but if you want to try it out after about 2 weeks, just cut a small piece and try it out, and then just let the rest sit. Whatever you get from her, don't go through the wax melting as soon as you get it, or a week or so after you get it. Sometimes it takes more than 2 weeks to really get the best throw from a lot of these waxes. And so I'll go ahead and cut off a small piece, just to see how I like the scent and how it melts and stuff like that. And then from there on out, I'll just let it sit unless it's doing good at 2 weeks. But from there, I'll just let it sit. And sometimes it'll change your mind about a company that you thought maybe wasn't good until you let it sit and really cure really well. It'll knock your socks off. So on to this one. This was from another custom that I did, a cake and watermelon serendipity birthday cake. As you can see, it was poured on the 19th. And she's very nice with her extras. If you order a cake, I do know she likes to send you extras, well, me anyway, in the scent of your cake, so you won't have to cut into your cake so soon. They're so pretty, and a lot of the ladies don't like to cut into the cake, so she would send a few extras in the scent so you could kind of get your fix and just let the cake sit for a while. And so I never mixed watermelon with birthday cake. I've seen watermelon cake before, but I was like, I like my watermelon really fruity. But one of the girls raved about it. That was in the group that had gotten a watermelon birthday cake scent before, and so I thought I would give it a try. But I had to throw some more fruitiness up in there, so I put the serendipity. And I was a little bit sketchy about it at first, because on cold sniff you can smell the serendipity in the birthday cake, but it's not a really Lord, it's not a really strong scent. But once I melted it, oh my goodness, this sucker threw like nobody's business. I mean, more so the birthday cake was the strongest in it, but it smelled very good. It was like really a 10 out of 10 between these two, because this was in the family room in the 20-watt Glade, and this was upstairs, so those two always come together and kind of bump heads or whatever. But the whole downstairs, like even in the kitchen, you can smell this one right here. So I'm going to just let it sit some more, because it's only a month out from the pour date. And you're supposed to let it sit for at least 2 weeks from the pour date. So I'm going to let this one, sit some more. And definitely before I cut into my cake, that'll be sitting for a while. And then you got this. This was a colorful little mini tiny cupcake. And it basically was a mix of all the scents that I had ordered from my custom. So it was watermelon serendipity birthday cake, and then this was part of my custom serendipity cotton candy frosted cupcakes. I'm not sure what else I had got. Oh, and then I got another cupcake in Goddess Supreme. So it was just like a little mix of all of the scents that I had got, and it was nice. I should have melted that in my bedroom. It was so tiny, but I put it in the 18-watt, and you could smell it in the kitchen. It was like one of those in and out type of scents. 1 minute you smell it, the next minute it's kind of light type of thing, but it smelled really good. And I probably should have melted it in my tea light warmer in my bedroom to really get the true scent from it, but it smelled really good. I do want to ask her to do that again, but in a bigger tart or something, or maybe like some of these, I don't know. Lemon biscotti, iced lemon biscotti. Her lemon biscotti smells very good. It's very strong. 10 out of 10. I do want to get either some of these little mini pies or a cake just in her iced lemon biscotti. I think that's like her number one scent. That iced lemon biscotti. And I just used one. I forget which one I put it in. I probably put it in the, actually I put it in the Glade 20 watt. And it threw very well. 10 out of 10. Lit up the whole downstairs. On to the pie slice serendipity cotton candy frosted cupcake. As y'all know, the serendipity takes this over. I cut one of these in half and I use this. Where did I use this at? Upstairs. Pink zebra. I'm trying to open this. It smells like serendipity with a hint, just a hint of not much. Serendipity with a hint of, you know, cake to it. Not a whole lot. Serendipity can be a strong scent, and then with cotton candy, you know, it's just sweet. But with the cupcake in it, it kind of tones it down, so it's not overly sweet or whatever. But this smells really good. Again, it did really well upstairs in my pink zebra 18 watt. I only melted. I cut it in half. I probably took the larger half of the little mini pie. Not sure how much these little pie slices weigh. I want to say maybe about 2 ounces. I don't want to take it out. But again, as far as scent throw, 10 out of 10. I left it in the same amount of time. It probably went for about 12 to 13 hours. I didn't restart it up, but on cold snip, very strong. When it's melted, very strong. It did very well in my house. I could smell it throughout the whole upstairs. It even walked into my room when I had my door open. And normally, because I diffuse during the day, I kind of keep my door closed so that if I'm melting outside, it won't come into my room. But I didn't kind of mind. I just kept my door cracked because it's not a scent that aggravates my sinuses. So I was smelling what I was diffusing and the this right here coming into my room from the outside. But again, I love Bellissimo Wax Creations. Her scents I have not had a miss with yet. Y'all know her peach nectar. That thing through for days. And y'all know I do melt for long periods. My outside warmers I do turn off, but they go from the time I start them up. Sometimes it's in the morning. Sometimes it's in the afternoon until midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning before my daughter goes to bed. She'll turn them off and she's really up late at night. And she has great wax. The thing is that she do open close for different reasons, whether it's health reasons or, you know, she's starting a project or something. So right now she's closed. She may be open in about a week or two. I'm not 100% sure, but I will say if you like good wax, strong wax, definitely give her a try. Her stuff is very good. So thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Please leave your comments in the box below. Don't forget to share the video on Google+. Give me a thumbs up. Peace.